Let me tell you guys this. The pike push-up is one of the most underrated and effective exercises you need to be doing on a weekly basis. I promise you, it's gonna help you unlock some superhuman strength. Just stay tuned to the end of this video. What's up guys? So the pike push-up is a basic pushing exercise that I will probably categorize in the late beginner, earlier intermediate levels of training calisthenics. The pike push-up is gonna target your chest, shoulders, triceps, pretty much your entire body, just because the required coordination that it takes to carry out this movement effectively. The pike push-up is an absolute amazing exercise that builds tremendous upper body strength and also has great carryover into other pushing movements in calisthenics. Despite having amazing benefits and tremendous carryover into other pushing exercises, I rarely see people incorporate the pike push-up. It's one of those slept-on exercises that I think many people either aren't strong enough to do them, so they just forget about them, or maybe you're like me, where you acquire a certain amount of strength and you're just like, I don't need the pike push-up anymore. I can tell you guys that I'm paying for that mistake right now. The pike push-up is a gateway exercise. It's an exercise that's gonna bridge you to more advanced exercises, but honestly should not be forgotten, because not only does it build strength, but it also helps to support strength the higher you climb up the ladder in calisthenics. The slept-on benefits of this exercise is that it transfers into other advanced exercises. Handstand push-up, handstand press. It helps to build scapular stability. There's so much that the pike push-up has to offer, building strength and stability. For instance, if you want a better handstand press, really work on the pike push-up. It's pretty much the same movement. It's called a handstand press, but really it's a pike press into a handstand. So whether you're pressing with your legs being straight or your knees into your chest, it's still the same motion as a pike push-up. If you want to get good at handstand push-ups, either stomach facing the wall or even back against the wall, utilize the pike push-up. This exercise will also help you to improve your muscle up. When you think about the transition of the muscle up, as you go over the bar, that's almost like a pike press. The predominant muscles used in the transition of the muscle up is gonna be your anterior delts. So making sure you have a strong pike press will also transfer strength into the muscle up. And although when you look at the pike push-up, it may seem pretty easy to do, but there's cues that we can use to really fine-tune this exercise. For instance, to properly set up the pike push-up, think of yourself as being a tripod. Now make sure your legs are nice and straight, shift slightly forward to the point where your shoulders are just over your wrists. Your hands are shoulder width apart, as well as your fingers being spread apart. Now you have the proper setup for the pike push-up. Now as you descend, think about your nose touching the ground rather than the crown of your head. This will open the door for you to get more range for the pike push-up, which of course will build more strength. Also ensure your elbows don't flare out. You don't want an awkward load on your shoulders. You want to keep it about 45 degrees in relation to your elbow. The distance between your hands and your feet should be approximately 2 to 3 feet. That's going to permit you to have a nice lean as you get ready to do the pike push-up. You push up and you open your shoulders. It's almost like a diagonal direction as you push up, and really emphasizing pushing the earth away from you to really activate those scapulas. Focus on quality reps. And one tip that really helps me to get a really good pike push-up is to press firmly into the ground and keep that same direction. Push up, open your shoulders. Now, some common mistakes that people make when performing the pike push-up is that they make this into a regular push-up. Don't make this a regular push-up. Still keep those same cues that I just mentioned. Also, some people have their feet too far away from their hands, and some people have their feet too close to their hands. You want to have, again, 2 to approximately 3 feet of distance between your hands and your feet. If you have your feet too close, it's a lot more weight on your wrists and your shoulders. That's where you can make the mistake of making this a push-up. Some other mistakes that people make is when people perform the pike push-up, they tend to rock back, making their feet flat. You want to make sure you keep your heels slightly off the ground to keep that tension on your shoulders. And one more thing, which is pretty common, is that people have an excessive arch when performing the pike push-up. You want to make sure you guys aren't arching your back at all. If you find yourself arching, make sure to remember those cues that I mentioned earlier. Take it really, really slow. And if that's still not working for you, maybe you need to scale down from the pike push-up by really strengthening your upper body using something like feet elevated push-ups. But if you feel you're at that level where feet elevated push-ups are just too easy for you, you can scale the pike push-up by putting your hands on a yoga block to make it a little bit more difficult. Now, to increase the difficulty of the pike push-up, you simply have to elevate your feet. This would allow more load and leverage placed on your shoulders, which will of course build more shoulder strength. When you elevate your feet, this exercise becomes 2 times more difficult, but I'm telling you, it's worth it in the long run. You can start off using the bench, then from there get progressively higher and higher, and honestly, when you get to a point where your feet are pretty high, you're almost there at a freestanding handstand push-up. So keep up the great work. The recommendation I have for you guys for reps and sets is gonna be anywhere from 4 to 6 reps if you're just starting out, for maybe 3 to 5 sets. As you get stronger with pike push-ups and you don't want to have your feet up on the elevated surface, then you can still do regular pike push-ups, but maybe do 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps where you're more in the hypertrophy phase. Either way you spin it, the pike push-up is going to help you guys build strength and muscle. So guys, do yourself a favor. Don't make the mistake that I did. Incorporate the pike push-up. Don't ever sleep on this exercise because it brings tremendous gains, not only to your strength, but it's gonna have your shoulders popping and looking good. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do, then smash that like button. Most importantly, make sure you are properly subscribed. I'll see you guys next video. Peace and love as always, and nah shade. Boom, we out, baby.